Hello and welcome to this week's Pilates class. I hope you're all doing really well and I hope you've had a good week so far. So we get to start lying down. So if you want to come down onto your backs, get comfortable, I'd just like to take your focus onto your breathing. So once you're comfortable, we're going to take those nice full deep breaths in and out. So that every time you breathe in, we draw the breath down towards the stomach, allowing the stomach to rise. And then as you breathe out, just allow the stomach to drop back down again. And we'll take one more deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to slowly circle the arms overhead, interlacing the fingers, reaching out to the whole length of the body. So point the toes, reach those hands as far away from the top of the head as you feel you can. Make ourselves as long as possible. Focus on those nice deep breaths as we hold here. And we'll take one more deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently release. And allow the arms to come down to about shoulder height. Now we're just going to bring some movement into the neck. So I just drop the head down to go to the right shoulder. And we'll ease back to the centre. Then out to the left. And we'll just gently take the head from shoulder to shoulder. Keeping the shoulders on the floor. And last time to each shoulder. Then we can bring the head back to the centre. From here we'll bend the legs, we'll bring the feet to the floor. Keeping our shoulders down, we'll gently lower the knees to the right, take them as low as the floor as we feel we can. Then we'll ease back to the centre, and out to the left. And we'll gently just take those knees from side to side. Lastly, we want to keep the shoulders down so we can focus on this movement through the hips and into the back of the body. If this is feeling good, the next time we got the knees to the right, we can try and take the left knee towards that right elbow. So Still keeping the shoulders down. We can do the same as we've got the knees to the left. But if that feels too much, don't worry, just stick with dropping those knees gently from side to side. And then last time to each side. We can hold to the center. From here, we're going to lift the legs. We'll just hold the knees in towards the chest. And we can bring a little bit of movement into the ankles, so just like pull and flex the feet. So draw those toes up towards the shins, you push them away again. We'll add a few circles into the ankles too. Still pull and flex them, but circles in one direction. Then we'll change the circles feet back, the other way. And then release to the centre, and just let those feet relax. Here we're going to take the shins parallel to the floor, so those knees are out over the hips. We'll keep a strong brace to the core. Then we're going to gently lower both feet, so they tap the floor and ease back in. So keeping this strong brace so the back doesn't lift away from the ground. We're also not forcing it down. We're trying to lower the legs from the hips, then gently ease them back up. Now, if it's too much to lower both at the same time, we can alternate legs. We want to keep that strong brace the whole time. We've got 4 to go. And we can have a little release. You can hold the knees in towards the chest. And here we're going to release the legs, so allow the feet to come down to the floor. We want the feet about hip width apart, and we want to set up with the heel roughly underneath the knee. Take the arms down by our sides. And we're going to squeeze to the back in order to lift the hips. We're going to hold at the top here, so we squeeze the hamstrings, the glutes, keep the hips level, keep them lifted nice and high. Now we're going to hold this one for a minute. So keep that squeeze going, keep those nice deep breaths in and out. So we're going to hold for a minute, then we're going to rest, then we're going to hold again, but it'll be less than a minute. And we're going to do this 6 times, and we'll gradually take some time off each round. Actually, we'll take 10 seconds off each round. So the last one will be the easiest one. We'll keep that nice squeeze. If it gets too much at any point, we can gently lower back down. Okay, you can gently lower back to the floor. We'll rest here. Then we'll lift again in about 10 seconds time. So this one we're going to take 10 seconds off. So we'll lift in 3, 2, let's lift. So we're going to hold here, but this time for 50 seconds. So you're going to keep that squeeze to the glutes, the hamstrings, keep those hips level, focusing on those nice deep breaths. Awesome work, guys. Keep going. Ten seconds. And we can gently lower back to the floor. So yeah, a bit of recovery time. Then we're going to lift again. This time we're going to hold for 40 seconds. Three, 2, 1, let's lift. So 40 seconds this time. So that's it, they're getting easier, they're getting shorter. We still try and keep that good squeeze into the glutes, the hamstrings. Keep those hips nice and level, keep them as lifted as we feel we can. And we can rest. So halfway through, we've done 3 of these, 6 in total. This one's going to be for 30 seconds. We're going to lift in 5 seconds time. And let's lift. So again, we lift and hold. Five seconds, then we rest. So we can gently lower down. We've got 2 to go. Next one's going to be for 20 seconds. We lift in 5 seconds time. 3, 2, and lift. Five seconds. And rest. The last one's for 10 seconds, and we'll lift in 5 seconds time. 3, 2, 1, let's lift and hold. And we can rest. And then if you want a little release, we can hug the knees in towards the chest. Have a little bit of a release. Now from here, we can either take the feet down to the floor, or if we feel we can, I like to extend the legs, taking the feet towards the ceiling. And then I want you to imagine there's a rope dangling down, and it's kind of going between where the feet are. We're going to crunch up, so we slide the ribs towards the hips. And every time we crunch up, we're going to reach as far as we can with one arm, as if we're trying to grab hold of that rope. And then lower down. And we'll do the same. Trying to reach and grab. And lower. So we keep these slow. We're really trying to reach as far as we can. Like I said, if it's too much of the legs in the air, we can do the same thing with the feet on the floor. But every time we crunch up, we slide the rib cage towards the hips. Before we go, then we can have a little rest. We have the knees in towards us. And a little release. And then let's take those shins parallel to the floor again, knees out over the hips. Take the arms out at shoulder height. Keeping the shoulders down, we're going to gently lower the knees as far to the right as we can. Take them as low to the floor as possible without letting them actually touch the floor. So we hold a little bit above the ground. Then we ease back to the centre and out to the left. So same thing, we take the knees as low to the floor as you can without letting them touch the floor. We hold for a few seconds before we ease back to the centre, and we'll do the same thing. So we'll just gently go from side to side, keeping the shoulders down, taking the knees close to the floor. And one more time to each side. Hold to the centre. Hug those knees back in towards us with a little release. And if we can, we're going to extend the legs out across the floor. We can have a little bit of a bend in the knees. We want to keep the heels pinned on the floor. And we're going to slowly bring ourselves up to a seated position if possible. If not, just gently bring yourself up. But if we can, we're going to roll up through the spine. So we slowly start to roll up, trying to roll through every single one of the vertebrae. Like I say, keeping the heels down. Slowly start to bring ourselves up to our seated position. So here we've got a couple of options for the next bit. Option one, set the hands behind us, we'll bend the legs, bring the feet to the floor. Then we're going to lift the hips, coming into a tabletop position. So we're trying to get the hips in line with the shoulders, getting a nice straight line through the body, squeezing the glutes and hamstrings. If that feels challenging enough, just hold and stay there. If we want a little bit more, we can extend the legs and kind of come into a reverse plank position. The same thing, we squeeze through the back of the body, lifting the hips, trying to get a nice straight line from the ankle all the way up to the shoulders. And either way, we'll hold that position. So focus on that squeeze, focus on those nice deep breaths. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we can gently lower the hips back to the floor. And we can release. We're going to extend those legs back out in front of us. Slight bend in the knees. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to reverse that roll up. So we're going to roll down into the floor. So keeping those heels down, a little bit of a bend in the legs. We slowly, as you feel we can, start to roll down through the spine using the core as a brake. We're trying to roll through every part of the spine. Just going as slow as we feel we can. And if you feel like you're going to drop, put the hands down, put the forearms down. Just try to go as slowly as you feel you can. Once you're on your back, you can rest there. Once we're on our back, we can bend the legs. We can bring the feet to the floor. We're going to bring the hands onto the thighs. Then we're just going to crunch. So we're going to slide the ribs down towards the hips, fingertips to the top of the knees, lifting the chest, and then gently come back down again. So every time we crunch up, ribs go down towards the hips. Chest lifts, fingertips to the top of the knees. And we want to look after the neck too, so we're not tucking the chin all the way into the chest. We're trying to look up towards the ceiling, so we keep that spine on the neck in a nice neutral position every time we crunch up. Now if these feel okay and you want a little bit more, we can turn it into a reverse crunch where we lift the feet, shins parallel to the floor, and we focus on drawing the knees in towards the chest, and we draw the hips up towards the rib cage. Now we stay controlled, so we keep it nice and slow. We don't want to be dropping the feet too far and trying to kick the knees in towards us. We want to slowly draw those knees in towards the chest, and then slowly roll back down. We've got 5 to go. And then after those 5, we can just have the knees in towards us. Have a little raise. And we can keep hold of the right leg, below the left one down to the floor. Take the hands to the back of the right thigh. We've just got a bit of a stretch from here. So we're going to extend the right leg towards the ceiling. And we're just going to draw the leg a little bit closer in towards us until we feel that stretch in the back of the thigh. And we'll hold it there. Now, if it's more comfortable to take hold of your calf rather than your thigh, you can reach the calf. But don't take hold of the back of the knee. So if we take hold of the knee, we can do some damage to it. We don't want to do that. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll ease the leg back out over the hip. Keep it in the air, take the arms out at shoulder height, and then we'll gently lower it over the left, down towards the floor, keeping the shoulders down, taking it as far to the ground as you can. If it starts to feel a little bit too intense, lift the foot a little bit further from the floor, or bend your right leg. Now we gently ease up to the center and lower the foot down to the floor. We'll do the same thing on the other side, so we'll bend the left leg, we'll take hold of the back of the thigh. We'll extend the leg, foot towards the ceiling. Again, we can take hold of the calf if we want to, if we can reach, or the thigh, but not the back of the knee. Then just gently ease the leg in towards you. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we'll ease the leg back out over the hip. Then take the arms out shoulder height. And then we'll gently lower down to the floor. Taking it over the right leg down to the floor, taking it as far as we can. If it feels a little bit too intense, just lift the leg or bend it. we'll ease back to the center. And we can lower the leg down. And we've just got a little bit of relaxation to finish with. So just take your focus back onto your breathing and find a comfortable position. And we want to take those nice full deep breaths in and out, just like we did at the start of the class. Then if you want to, just take your focus down towards your lower body. So maybe just curl the toes down and gently start to squeeze through all those muscles of the lower body, the calves, the thighs, the glutes. And we'll squeeze and build the tension into all those muscles. And we'll hold that tension there for a couple of full deep breaths. And then on the next breath out, just let go of all that tension. Feel the legs sink a little bit heavier into the floor. And the feet might just drop out to the side. And we can do the same thing with the upper body as well. We clench the hands into fists. We start to squeeze through the muscles in the arms, the shoulders, all the way through into the back of the neck. Hold that tension there just for a little bit. And then on the next breath out, just let go of all that tension. And those arms sink a little bit heavier into the floor and the shoulders just drop away from the ears. And then we'll just bring a little bit of awareness back towards the body. So we'll gently just wiggle the fingers, maybe wiggle the toes. You might just want to put a few small circles through the wrists and ankles. And we'll gently make our way back to a seated position. From here, we'll take a nice deep breath in. As you do, just allow the arms to drift overhead. As you breathe out at the top, just relax your shoulders and circle the arms back and down. We'll do that one more time. Nice deep breath. As you breathe out, just relax your shoulders and circle the arms back and down. Fantastic work, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. As always, please let me know. Drop me a message. Let me know how you got on with it. Always love to hear your feedback. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Take care, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.